Hi, beautiful people. My name is Honest Am. I am the creator of the Honesty Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter for millennial women who are truly trying to get their shit together. If you are interested in learning anything more about Honesty Sis or learning more about me, booking a reading with me, all that information will be in the description box below. Now, this is going to be a daily motivational video. This is not meant to be predictive, but just to give you some motivation and some encouragement to get your week started. Also, make sure that you look at the description box below because they also obtain angel messages that may have additional guidance. All right, y'all, let's just get to it. I'm not going to talk anymore. Angel number 37. All right, God, what messages do you want us to know this week to become the alchemist of our life, to create change, to do magic in public, or to just bring heaven on earth? 2 cards, please. 2 cards, please. Right, and of course 3 cards came out, so I'm actually going to take the 2 that were that's upright. And this week God wants us to focus on, or today, this week, or whenever you are seeing this message, God wants you to focus on flexibility as well as integrity. Flexibility and integrity. With this flexibility and integrity, the message that I'm getting away right away is that God is asking you to just be a little bit more flexible in your approach. I feel like what God wants us to do is He wants us to start changing the way that we approach situations, changing the way that we look at situations that are happening in our life. I feel like He wants us to just start to look at stuff from a higher perspective. For example, if you've grown up in a household where love was denied to you, or where your parents was just absorbed into their own life, you may have if after, being open and trying to, find love in other places, after being hurt, angel number 202, you may start to shut down and may not want to let anyone back in. And so what I feel like what God is saying this week is He wants you to just be flexible. Maybe you start letting some of that walls down, start looking at situations a little bit differently. Because what happens is that because of situations that happen to our past, because sometimes our mind can just our mind can take control of us and take control of the situation, we may not be fully aware that we are approaching situations from an old programming. Like we just automatically doing what we've always done before because that's just what we do. I feel like what God is saying is to look at things a little bit differently, have flexibility. As long as you're being in your integrity, as long as you're being true to yourself, don't be afraid to, put yourself out there or, sorry, it was one of them, the alerts came out for COVID for Michigan. But anyways, I feel like what God is just saying is that just approach things differently. As long as you're not betraying yourself, as long as it still feels good, but it's not typically what you would do, I feel like God is saying do it anyway if it feels right, but it's not typically what you would do. Our bonus message is communication. So I totally feel like this is going to be in regards to communication this week. Angel number 323. So maybe this week or whenever you may see this video, because this video is completely timeless. So whenever you see this video, you may approach a situation where especially if it's somebody that like it's maybe an ex, or maybe it is like a coworker, like just someone that's been in your life and you just have like an automatic response on how you deal with them. God is asking you to be flexible this week. Angel number 350. All right, let me get some more cards out to clarify this message. God, clarify this message of flexibility, integrity, communication. Being flexible in our integrity while having communication. Being flexible in our integrity while having communication. What does that have to do with this week, God? Make it as plain as possible. All right. Every single story is attracting its vibrational match. Every thought that you think is... So I guess now that I'm not on... If you know me, I came from Instagram, so I've been used to saying things really, really, really fast. So now I'm trying to just slow down and know that I have room to actually explain. But I still want to keep these messages under 10 to 15 minutes. So these cards, I pull these cards to kind of give us like a tool, a mindset, a mantra to focus on this week to really truly bring this message of being flexible in our communication while still staying in our integrity. Angel number 505. So the message that God gave us was that your every story is attracting its vibrational match. Every thought that you think is vibrating at a very personal frequency. And by the powerful law of attraction, the essence of that which is like upon itself is drawn. That thought is now vibrating another thought that is its vibrational match. And now those combined thoughts are vibrating at a frequency that is higher than the thought that came before that. And they will now, by the law of attraction, attract another and another until eventually the thoughts will be powerful enough to attract a real life situation or a manifestation. What is this card saying to us, Am? Kind of what I was saying in the beginning. If you have always had this attitude of love is not for me, men are not to be trusted, I don't trust men, then that energy, that thought, that mindset is poisoning, and it's also attracting every single thing that comes into your life. So when you do meet somebody that is actually for you, your mind, because of kind of this way that you're perceiving things, angel number 616, you just automatically go back to that old response of, oh, I can't trust this can't be this, I don't want this. And then you're wondering why you can't attract true love that you want into your life. That's why I feel like what God is saying this week, let's try to think about things a little bit differently. Let's try to approach things differently. Let's try, like, say, for example, me and my ex were like trying to figure some stuff out. And I felt that old part of me that was just like, this nigga lying. But I'm like, you know what? Like, why you gotta be that way? Like, no, maybe he's not. Like, he don't have a reason to lie to you. And so it's like, I'm trying to be flexible as long as it still stay right. I mean, as long as it still feel right and I'm in my integrity, then I am going to allow it to, grow into whatever it was, because my problem is I have always been the type of person that's been a control freak. I want to know, I want to try to force the relationship to be what it's going to be. And I realized that's not love. You cannot force love. You cannot tame it. Like, love just has to be, what it is. And people, you can't force people to be who you want to be. You can't mold them into the person that is most desirable to you, because what's going to happen is they're going to put on that facade. They're going to do those things that make you feel good in that moment, but eventually it's going to wear off because it's not them. For somebody to truly change, it has to be something that they want to do inside. They have to come to this realization. What your job is to do is to be flexible and to continue to stand in your integrity. Nobody's asking you to change your values or what you want out of a relationship. What I'm saying is, be open. Let down your protective cage just a little bit more and realize that the story that you're feeding yourself about your life, about your past relationships, about what's coming into your life, that's all attracting and manifesting things in your life. So this week, I feel like what God is saying, be very mindful of the thoughts that you are thinking, because they are literally creating your life story. All right, I'm going to actually get a just because I feel like this is dealing with our heart and flexibility. Okay, let's go to our Sufis. We're gonna go to the Sufi wisdom. This will be our final message. All right, God, clarify this message of flexibility. And y'all, I literally, after the 8:45, have all of my tarot decks out. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm like, why did I pull all this out? All right, flexibility, integrity. Flexibility, being flexible in communication while staying in our integrity. Clarify this message of my every story is attracting its vibrational match, God. Being flexible in our communication while remaining in our integrity. And at the bottom of this right here, the physical me is materialized spirit. Which means, creation happens in 3 thoughts. It first happens in your thoughts you think, and then it happens in the words you speak, and then in your actions. Everything starts with a thought. So be very mindful of what you're thinking. If you want true love, if you really want to experience, you have to be vulnerable. You have to put yourself in the place to experience that love that you ultimately want. All right. The card that we have is make friends. Friendship is the alchemy of success. Oh, and deal with the unexpected. Treat the unforeseen as a divine offering. So again, guys, God is saying this week something's going to come at us, something unexpected. And instead of having that knee-jerk reaction, God is asking us to be flexible in our approach and to look at things just a little bit differently so that we can truly get what we want out of life. All right, God, our final message is make friends. Friendship is the alchemy of success. A safe haven, a jug of wine, and a loving friend. If they could last forever, this will be a true fortune. I regret and grieve that I didn't know until now. The alchemy of success is friendship, my friend. Hearts. Do you feel that people demands have drained your energy and left you with little time for yourself? This oracle arrives to say that you now have the opportunity to open your heart to form the kind of relationships that will bring quality to your life. What is needed is to have the courage to be forgiving, open, and real in your friendships. If your present relationships are not satisfying, begin to change that by finding those you can trust. By developing new interests, you will have the chance to meet new friends. It is not so difficult to be someone whom others want to know. Hertz is urging you not to carry wounds that can make friendships difficult. When you are feeling alone and someone shows you a kindness, it can make such a difference. Being caring and letting others know how much you appreciate them helps to strengthen connections. Soon, a vision will come to you when you most need it. It may be that a friend of the heart whispers an intimate message of hope and encouragement. That friend will guide your way through darkness and fear which has left you feeling uncertain. Let yourself be lifted to a place beyond the burdens you feel and surrender with joy to a love that seeks your freedom. Your mantra for this week, angel number 1205. From now on, I will go along the path which guides me to discover the kind of love that will help me be a better friend to others. This path will lead me to meet new and caring friends. Guys, if you want love in your life, if you want genuine friendship in your life, even if you want a mother and father figure in your life, you have to start approaching things differently. You have to be flexible with your communication and with your knee-jerk reactions. This week, God is telling you to deal with the unexpected, but don't deal with it in the way that you typically deal with it. Be flexible. Think about what you want out of life and start moving and acting in that direction. Your every story is attracting its vibrational match. So no, your thought is creating your reality. Deal with the unexpected, deal with your baggage so that you can make new friends and bring new love into your life. All right, y'all, that is all the messages I have this week. If it was beneficial to you, please make sure that you like this video, give it a thumbs up, or put a comment down below. If you have any questions, comment down below. I'm always happy and willing to have further discussions. If you want to work with me, again, all of that information is in the description box below. And if you are interested in learning more about me or Honestly Sis, check out honestlysis.com, dig into our archives, and see what we're all about. All right, y'all, until next time, be good to yourself, be good to others, and dream them dreams. Don't let the internet rush you, and never, ever let somebody tell you what you can't do. Namaste. Take care.